war. Some people, every day I look in the people die. Sometimes one family, whole mother, father, the boys, girls, all die. Me, I decided go in.
I just remember the plane landing and the scenery was so different. It was just so green and beautiful and it was nothing like I've seen it before. My teachers had a low expectation of me growing up. Some said I wouldn't amount to anything notable in society. Eventually I left school when I was 16 years old, to my mother's disappointment. And it was shortly after that I started traveling. I went back to Kenya, met some of my relatives, was able to see the situation in which they were living in. Many of them who are still refugees and still find themselves in that predicament. So it gave me a different outlook on life. It inspired me to come back home and to be able to make the most of the opportunities that are afforded to us here. I knew that I always wanted to be in a position where I wanted to make a difference, and public policy was my way of giving back to a country that has given so much to me and my family. So yeah, I often think about the little Guled that is stuck in a refugee camp somewhere around the world, you know, waiting on a chance for a country to take a shot on them and to provide them resettlement. And that isn't something that isn't provided for all, that is provided for all refugees. So that's been something that's motivated my work in that space.
Guled has a wonderful ability to passionately represent the views of different communities, and I think this is really important for public policy, that the people who make up our public policy workforce actually represent the communities that make up New Zealand.
I would describe Guled as a natural-born leader. He listens to everybody, he makes sure he listens to the most vulnerable voices, respectfully, with empathy, tries to take everybody along with him.
To win this award really means a lot. You know, I think generally for the most part we're a country that likes to give people a fair go. And there's always room for improvement. I don't think we're quite there yet in terms of achieving full inclusion. And that work in itself is going to be a long-term process.
I think Guled's a leader to watch. He's somebody who is really ambitious for making change for other people, and I really watch with interest what he's going to do for New Zealand, for all of us.
You know, this country is it's home. It's given me so much, and even though sometimes I question my sense of belonging, I always know it's home, and that is something that nobody can ever take away from me.